At the start of every new year, I like to take pieces of my desk setup apart, remove them, change them out, and just reinvent things a little bit to keep me motivated, keep me inspired, and keep me hustling here in my home office. And now that it's 2025, I am well underway in my desk upgrade process for this year. It's happening a little bit slower than I would like. There's a couple of things that are really critical that are on back order or on order, waiting and taking a long time. So this is part one of my new home office setup for 2025. Let me show you what we've done with it and talk more about what each piece adds to the setup. For part one, I'm going to focus primarily on the left-hand side of my desk setup. And the first thing you'll notice on this side is there is less Lego. I have decluttered a little bit, and it's not that I don't love my Lego sets. It's not like I'm still not a Lego nerd. It's just I needed more room on the desk to accomplish and accommodate all of the other pieces that I brought into the setup. Starting with this new laptop stand. The outgoing laptop stand that I had in my home office was designed for the older line of MacBooks, pre-M series chips coming into play. It didn't quite support it as well as it should have, and as well as I would like it to for safety and security's sake. So I swapped that one out for this new one from HumanCentric. It orients the laptop the same way, except this one is adjustable. It will scale from 0.5 inches to 1.5 inches, which means it can not only fit my M2 MacBook Air perfectly, but you could open it up to fit any other laptop perfectly as well. This stand is in black leather color. There are a couple of other colorway options available from HumanCentric as well for this particular model if you're interested in something else, but I find that the black gives a nice pop of color off of the white desk. Talking about the desk, because I don't think I really have touched on it lately, this is a sit-stand desk from Ergonofis. I've had this for 5 or 6 years now. I don't think you can get this exact model anymore, but this is their largest size, and it gives me tons of space to experiment with and play with different desk setups and get all of my work done all in one place. And Ergonofis is a proudly Canadian-owned and operated company. If you're interested, you can check Ergonofis out at the link in the description below, along with everything else that I'm going to talk about that's on my desk setup. I'll link all of it below for you to check out as well. In front of the laptop stand is another new addition. It's from Ridge, and it's their ultralight coin tray in aluminum. Now, I was initially looking at a larger sort of padded piece to store my coins and keys and junk like that on the desk when not in use, slide my phone in there, etc. But I just really couldn't find a desk tray or desk organizer that fit the aesthetic and style and dimensions that I was looking to. This is definitely a smaller tray set than I was looking at initially, but it does keep a couple of things off of the desk and give me a little bit more room to play with when I'm doing my work here. And of course, still have the iPhone 16 Pro Max on the desk. I think I mentioned it before in a past video, but had a little bit of buyer's remorse upgrading to the 16 so quickly from the 15. I don't think the 16 really does all that much more than the 15 could, but if you want the latest and greatest, that is it from Apple. Wallpapers on my phone are all designed by me or shot by me on my cameras, and I sell them at my download shop, which is linked down below. If you want to check it out, grab some cool wallpapers to update your devices, check the link down below. Now, the M2 MacBook Air, still here in the awesome blue finish. I really, really love the look of this MacBook, and unlike the iPhone, I did not take the leap and buy the newest version with the faster chip. I just do not feel like there's any need to update the MacBook at all. I did a review on this computer quite some time ago, and I think the M2 MacBook Air is still a screamer. I can do my editing, I can do my recordings, I can transfer files, Photoshop, whatever I need to do. This thing still rips through my workloads without any problems. Sure, it could probably render a little bit quicker if I had the latest and greatest, but I don't really feel the need to spend $2-3 grand to get that. This MacBook is still an A+ choice. If you're looking for something that's a little bit cheaper than the brand new one, M2 MacBook Air, I'm telling you, is super impressive machine. Now, the heart and soul of my desk setup, and what has been the heart and soul of it for a couple of years now, is the Apple Studio display. At 27 inches in size with a 5K Retina display, this thing is gorgeous. Paired with my MacBook, I can do all my work, fit every single thing I need to on the screen simultaneously. The camera is pretty good. It's been getting OTA updates and improving here and there. And the speakers built into this display are also excellent. If you really want to have a display in your setup from Apple, but you do not want to go to the Pro Display line, which is very, very expensive. This is the way to do it. You will not be disappointed with how this display looks and feels and sounds. It just looks so good. Now, what is brand new for 2025, and right above the display, is this table lamp or desk lamp from Outon. It's a 33.5-inch dual head light bar with a completely adjustable neck, quote unquote, so you can angle it and get it positioned anywhere that you want on your desk. It's extremely easy to set up. Everything you need, including the tools to set it all up, are included in the box. I was up and running in about 15 minutes with it on my desk. And because it's positioned right behind my display, it just kind of blends into the background and just adds that little bit of ambiance when I need it to. And because it's a clamp that you can maneuver around and just unscrew and screw back on, you can place it anywhere along your desk or any other sort of backdrop. It's got 24 watts of brightness and a bunch of different functions. It can display in 3 different colors, and it can be dimmed, and there's a timer function so you can set it up as well. It's all controlled by touch. It's all located right in the middle of the 2 light heads. Very, very simple to use and elegant. The only thing I will knock it for is not having a remote. However, because of its price point, I will let that slide. This lamp from Outon is only $39.99 Canadian, which is very, very cost effective. And for my American followers, probably even lasts like 30 bucks or 35 bucks, depending on conversion. This is a super competitive way to add a little bit of extra ambiance to your desk setup. And I love using it at night when I'm trying to work. It avoids me having to have my giant overhead light on the entire time, which gets a little bit annoying after a while. It's not the greatest lighting in my home office, I will not lie. So having this light bar gives me some added flexibility, some extra ambiance, still allows me to have light on my display so I'm not straining my eyes. If you want to check this lamp out from Outon, you just click the link down in the top of the description below. Thank you to the team at Outon for sending this over to me to check out and add to my desk setup for 2025. Really, really happy and impressed with not only the build quality, but how much function there is at a product of this price point. Now that's where I'll leave it for this video. Be sure to keep an eye out for part 2, when we'll talk about what's on the right-hand side of my desk setup for 2025. I promise you it will be worth the wait. I've got some really, really cool pieces of tech and additions to the home office setup coming very, very soon. Let me know what you guys think about all the stuff on the desk setup. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you like the aesthetic that I'm going for? Let's have a conversation as always down in the comments below, and we'll see you guys again soon in the next video.